Go.
History is more than just a collection of events. It's a way to narrate the past. The way one learns about the past significantly influences their perceptions and opinions of it. This presentation will highlight the differences and similarities shared among the different forms and how they impact the world in many different ways. Have you ever wondered why the same historical events are remembered differently depending on who tells the story? Different forms will result in a variety of different information, and the different intentions and views of the storytellers influences your perceptions and opinions. Brian Henwart, an experienced science journalist with over 25 years in digital media, stated that history started being conducted over 300,000 years ago, and since then many different variations have been created. Oral history offers the most individual and detailed account, but is extremely misleading, and the misinterpretation of these events limits progression ethically, morally, and industrially. In order to ensure progression is being made, the only form of history that should be accepted is a written history due to its accuracy and objective characteristics. Oral history was the first form and originally the most popular due to the fact that it's transferred from mouth to mouth and does not rely on technology. It can offer a personal, detailed account of the events from the past and provide information like what a person was wearing or what someone said at a specific time. It has a great level of detail that other forms of history can't provide, and is passed down from generation to generation like found in Maori oral narratives. Maori oral narratives are spoken accounts passed down from the people of the Aotearoa. Dr. Napia, a distinguished historian that specializes in indigenous history, stated that oral history isn't about the past, it's an active engagement with history that forms identity, politics, and cultural continuity. Like found in the game of telephone, verbally transmitted history can easily be altered due to misconceptions. Self-serving bias is found in almost every story told, and the concept states that humans hold opinions or tell stories in ways that serve themselves. In 2018, Fritz Brethal, a professor at Indiana University Bloomington, held a study involving 2,389 participants. The study was a big game of telephone, and the research found that only 39% of the factual information was preserved throughout all participants. This shows that humans unintentionally skew information, and this concept is also found throughout the history of storytelling. Oftentimes, what humans say isn't what they're thinking. From 1936 to 1938, the Works Progress Administration interviewed thousands of former slaves searching for information on what life was like for them. The interviews were obviously conducted to obtain information, but it was apparent that the slaves were withholding information in attempts to not anger their ex-owners or anger. This shows that multiple factors shape what is heard through conversations, especially ones holding valuable information. Visual history allows people to experience events with their imagination and emotions, whether it's through images or graphs. Brendan Raskus, a national real-time reporter for McClatchy News, conducted an experiment that revealed that 52% of Americans were unaware of the truth about Christopher Columbus and held a favorable view of the person responsible for reducing the Taino population from 250,000 to only a couple hundred. Museums often skew the truths in ways attempts to glorify country leaders as historical figures. Opinion-forming details are often left out in visual history, whether through photographs, paintings, graphs, or reenactments. History graphs captures attention and often gives you the feeling of what it's like to be there during these events, during these times. Studies have shown that visual representations such as photographs and films significantly impact public perception of these historical events. For instance, iconic images from the civil rights movement played a crucial role in shaping public opinion back in these times. And pictures can be taken in a certain way to form public opinion, like found in the concept of gerrymandering. Museums have begun to decline in popularity due to the lack of interest and motivation in citizens. It's important to evolve and understand that this form of history is not as popular as it used to be. According to Deborah Paredes, 70% of Latino respondents in the U.S. feel that Selena's legacy has strengthened their connection to their heritage due to the museum that was made for her. Through Selena Dodge, she has shown that history is not only preserved in traditional texts, but also in performances, media, and communal remembrance, deeply impacting how people remember their past. Although written documents are the most accurate, they often lack personal feelings and emotion. The best way to avoid misinterpretation is to destroy all invalid history and create laws against the publishing of these misleading documents. The difficulty in applying these laws is a result of a mass amount of articles already being made and currently being produced. To prevent big rumors from being spread on places like social media and the internet, articles should be reviewed before being published. Written history is considered the most accurate due to its ability to provide an organized and structured account of events. Almost all records of major historical events are preserved through documentation due to its ability to prevent information from being altered. Written history allows for cross-referencing between sources. Despite the extreme acts of racism found in the 1800s, the court documents and newspaper articles from these times held zero bias and strictly told exactly what was occurring. Visuals like the following can show how humans have progressed over time due to the credibility of written history. In order to grow as humans, studies are conducted and data is gathered in order to better understand the past and apply it to the present. The graph above is a life expectancy graph, and it shows the growth and reliability of the graph due to the fact that it's constantly being updated as time goes on. And here are my citations.